Hello, Wisdom and Wellness family. Never in my life did I think I would have this man on my own show. Simply because you can't not know his name. But today I'm with Tbo Touch, Mr. Thabo Molefe, media mogul, businessman, father, and our favorite radio host. We grew up with him. He took me home after school. Aww. Now you're taking me home when fetching my kids.
Wow.
And I don't know how.
I'm that old.
Well,
I started young.
You started young. We'll keep it there.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much. I'm grateful to be here, man. I love your space.
Thank you.
Yeah. I love everything around here. I love dominant color being white.
Yeah, it's cool. It gives us that calm thing.
I like that.
I'm gonna start with some icebreakers. What was the first song you ever played on your first ever radio show?
So I started radio as an intern, so it doesn't count.
Okay.
And then when I started Metro, I was a co-host, so that doesn't count.
Okay.
And then when I had my own show, April 2003.
Yeah.
I remember my first interview. It was Ti.
What? Your first radio interview? Okay, I was in grade 3.
In
2000, I was in grade 3. But your first radio interview, your own show, was Ti.
Ti, April 2000. Yeah, April first interview. We came live from New York at that time.
Yeah.
I had Ti on the show.
Jeez. And the first song you played was a Ti song?
No. The first song we played, I remember at that time, it was Double HP. Because we were debating how do we go live. There was this whole excitement. It was 2:00 in the afternoon, New York time, 8 p.m. South African time.
Yeah.
And I had to find out the previous DJ, what they've played.
Yeah.
And it took me through their schedule. And we played a Double HP song.
Jeez, that's insane.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you spend most of your money on outside of business and property?
On dealing with people's problems.
No.
No, seriously, I don't look at what I have, and I'm not trying to be humble. Scoring points. Mm-hmm. I have a lot of people who I think I made myself a promise when I have access to resources.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to be in a state where it's too much. I enjoy the idea of knowing that I've got this to handle, I got that issue to handle, and I think lately, when I turned 40, I started being obsessed with investing in small businesses.
Is it?
So I got guys who will come to me with a crazy idea. Like yesterday, I had this gentleman who is in the candle manufacturing business.
Yeah.
And I said to him, what is your biggest challenge right now? He says, I want to grow. And I'm like, what do you mean you want to grow?
Yeah.
And in that elevator pitch, I was like, okay, let's do it.
Let's do it.
I want to partner with you. My biggest sins, I don't interrogate my thoughts. I jump into things too quick. And I don't want to lose that. Because when you win big.
Exactly.
But when you lose big. Yes.
Yeah.
That happens to me a lot.
Yeah, the highs are high, but the lows are like really low.
Yeah.
I'm reading a book called Power Moves by Sarah Jakes, right? And I want to read this quote that stood out for me.
She's incredible.
I love her. She says, I want you to experience the power not of living to be valued by others, but of placing value in your ability to become what God sees.
Ooh.
So when I read that, I thought of the higher you climb, I'm going to speak specifically as a woman, and probably you have a different experience. There is a people-pleasing thing that is almost instilled in women, where it's almost like my number one job is to make sure that everybody is happy, right?
Yeah.
And then you step out and you realize your potential, you realize your greatness. I realize my potential, I realize my greatness, and I realize the sacrifices that come with being me. And that comes with letting a lot of people down. It comes with ruffling a lot of feathers.
Yes.
A lot of people don't like me.
Yeah.
But then I read this and she says, the power of not living to be valued by others, but placing value in your ability to become what God sees. So for you, mentioning all of this, and like you talk about how you're selling things, you leave your radio station, you start a business, it doesn't work out, you come back.
Yeah.
all of that, and you even tell me that people mock you all the time.
Yeah.
How's your relationship with people pleasing and finding
Yeah.
value in what others have to say? Like, how do you navigate that?
Please read the last sentence of talking about seeing yourself from the way God sees you. Say
I'm
that
going to read
again.
the whole sentence again.
No, the last one.
The last sentence.
Yes.
Not living to be valued by others, but of placing value in your ability to become what God sees.
Now, let's dissect that.
Let's break it down.
Please. It's important to understand the closer you get to God, the closer you get to yourself.
Ooh.
And to establish how God sees you, it is directly linked with how you see yourself.
Ooh.
You can't tell me about God's vision if it's not demonstrated in how you see things. Nobody can give true account of how God sees anything.
Sure.
No one. It has to be interpreted from somebody's eye. That's why you have the fivefold ministries. And in one of them, you got the prophets.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Who have a higher level of discerning.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean they see things the way God sees them.
Yeah.
You can have that gift.
Yeah.
Now, for you to speak into my life and say, I see God moving you into a different industry where you're going to be fruitful, it's because you have hit the highest radiation. You are operating at a higher level, at a higher frequency, that your vision is not distorted by what the natural eye see. So it can only, to qualify what Sarah Jakes is saying in that last sentence, God's eyes, how God sees things, how the universe respond back to you, is directly linked with your ability to ascend to a higher level of vision. You got to have a vision that says, I'm in a storm, but I don't see the storm.
Yeah.
I'm in the fire, but I see the fourth man. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm lying down in ICU, but I see an opportunity in this hospital to minister to somebody.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with a financial meltdown, breakdown, but this is an opportunity now to turn around.
Sure.
We interpret, we cannot conform
Yeah.
to the things of this world
Yeah.
if we have the eye of how God sees things. A friend of mine today is in court this morning, and I said to him, crucifixion is a prerequisite for resurrection. So be crucified right now because God is about to resurrect you. But when he does, remember who spoke life into you.
Yeah.
And remember those who did not. And
Sure.
have the strength to forgive them.
Remember who spoke life into you.
Yeah.
And remember those who didn't.
Yeah.
And
have the strength.
Have the strength
to forgive them.
To forgive them.
Yeah. When I blew millions of money in Touch HD, I was following my vision. I told myself that I would not leave radio and work at another radio station.
Yeah.
Because if I'm the gift, I must put it to test.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Let's see.
How many of us can put money on our gift? How many of us have the Kaiser Mutaun spirit that says, I'm a great soccer player, I'm going to start my own team?
I'll do it.
People who criticize the most will put the least. They won't even back their own brand.
Yeah.
I told myself, God, if you gave me this gift, let it work on foreign grounds. Let's go. Over 30 mil went into Touch HD. Beautiful. Way ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Great idea, wrong season.
Sure.
Great idea, wrong season. We did everything right.
Yeah.
We did everything right. I put the best studios in the middle of the richest square mile.
Yeah.
I had a helipad upstairs.
Yeah.
That building is the only building in Santon with a helipad. Everything was proper, ready. If I have a guest who needs to come in studio and fly straight to Lanseria, we can land you.
There.
Yeah, check it, 6 Benmore Road. It has a helipad. I looked into every little detail to say, if I have to interview Stevie Wonder or the president and they need to move, I can say, yeah, we can pick you up where you are and put you in studio and land you back. We paid attention to details. Our soundproofing, everything was top notch. It's because when you come into my space, I don't want words. Lip service sinks ships.
Yeah.
I want my work
to speak for itself.
You need to know how to approach me by how I've created my space.
Sure.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I genuinely appreciate that experience. And people say, you lost money? No, I didn't lose money. I gained an experience that can make me 4 or 5 times that. Do you know that we are back in building the same platform?
No. Yeah.
Data is cheaper.
Yeah.
Hate it or love it.
Yeah.
A lot of us now are on our phones.
Yeah.
We're consuming data.
Literally, how many years ago was it?
7 years ago.
7 years ago.
Yes.
What you're speaking about is exactly what's happening now.
A gig was 148 rands and some with 147. You can buy 10 gigs today for $3.99. 10 gigs.
I want to go back to that moment when, I guess, when you start seeing that things are not working out. How is your day-to-day dealing? Because now, 7 years later, you can sit and say, yes, I lost money, but what you gained, you cannot put value to that. You cannot put money to it.
You cannot, because today I'm sitting, like this whole week, I've got these guys, they do due diligence in business and stuff, without giving out too much. We're building an amazing platform that I'll soon go public with.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, it's not similar to Touch HD. So if you're watching, I'm not coming for Metro. It is a total offering.
Yeah.
But it is one of Africa's epic platform that is going to empower content creators, because some of us, we put content on platforms that don't even reciprocate from a point of value.
Yeah.
They tell you 1 million views is worth $1,000 or 50,000 rands when that's not the truth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? God forbid, but exploitation is serious, even with music streams. So I don't want to talk about it. We don't know how many views this conversation is going to create, but I do know there are a couple of ads that are going to run on this conversation, and you're probably getting 1% or 0.1% of those ads
100%.
when you the one that brought those eyeballs to be part of that particular segment where the ads are running.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
So, man, the revolution is about to be digitized. Anyway, we have to be mindful of what we put out, because we are empowering other platforms, but we are not invited to the dinner table. A friend of mine sold 1 billion streams. Akon sold 1 billion streams. 1 billion. Do you know how much he got? Not even $60,000. 1 billion. Back then, when I interned, when you sold 1 billion CDs, you made 10 billion.
You're done.
Because a CD was $10.
Yeah.
Or 100 rand at Musica. When you sold 1,000 copies, you had 1,000 times 100 rand.
But now it's
today
means nothing.
It doesn't make sense. But I'm not here to disrupt the establishment.
Yeah. I will still go back to my question. How did you survive the day-to-day of seeing, if I may call it, a sinking ship publicly, knowing how, and because you're, like you said, if you flop, people are going to be loud about it. If you win, you're going to be loud about it. And whatever your nature is to, if I'm doing this, I'm going big, hard, and loud. And now you've gone big, hard, and loud about this thing, but now it's not working out the way you thought it would. And I'm asking this question because I think a lot of us get discouraged from starting out because we're like, if it fails, then what? What are people going to say? But you lived this.
Yes. You know what's beautiful? Back to detachment.
Yeah.
When you understand the laws of detachment, your interpretation of what works and does not work is not the same as somebody who values all they know is attachment.
Attachment outcome.
We hold on to things that we should let go when they've overstayed their visit. We hold on to people. We hold on to businesses. We hold on to things. We hold on to a lot of things that were not meant to be our destination, but our transition.
Oof.
What I did, like I tell you now, the best experience for me was to prove to myself that I can bet on this horse. That's what it's about.
That's it.
Okay? Elon Musk had multiple failures before he could have a successful launch. And those failures cost them a lot of money.
Yeah.
Why is society afraid to embrace failure?
Don't know.
And the fact that we define ourselves by that particular moment, How about there was my school fees to pay?
That was my school fees.
That was my lesson. That
Yeah.
was my training ground.
Yeah.
That's my training ground. And you know what? 10 years from now, I'm going to do something that's going to fail.
Yeah. And you're going to have more training.
And I'm going to do it again.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it again.
Get comfortable.
I am inextricably tied up to doing things that I have no knowledge of, but I'm excited and passionate to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm at peace with whatever outcome.